Jackpot Mike here, and we're doing a new kind of video. This is an online crane game called Tokyo Catch, and I want to see how much we can win. I tried to feature this on a live stream and I had a lot of trouble. So now we're trying a different method. I came across this Donald Duck, and it looked like it was kind of wedged, but I thought maybe if I could move the head over, we could win it. So I figured I'd give this a couple of tries. Didn't want to go over too far, and I wanted to try to snag it with the right arm and pull that tilted head over. First time, I don't think I went back far enough. It kind of just slid off. So I figured, let's give it a second try. So again, we don't want to go over too far. We want to kind of strain. So it's going to try to pull that over some more. It went down real far, and it kind of like moved it in a weird way. So someone reserved it to get in line. I guess they thought I was doing something good. But it's still at a weird angle, and those bars are covered with a sticky rubber silicone tubing. And since the prize is wrapped in shrink wrap, it's real sticky. It's really hard to get it through that bar. Now, that time it actually straightened it out, which means we're losing progress. It's kind of wobbling around. And, at this point, I figured I think this is going to be a big project. And I think this is one of those machines that's just extra tricky. So I'm starting to have second thoughts. I figure I'll give it one last chance here. And, of course, I stabbed the bar. So nothing good's going to happen. Yeah, this one's just not great. Not feeling it. So let's move into the next game. I had some requests to try to win some Japanese figures. So I'm looking around. Let's see what we can do here. I found this Hatsune Miku figure that I didn't have. And this is a new setup. It's on a slanted platform. No one had won it. There was no prize history. I figured I'd give it some tries and see if it was moving. This is one of those ones where it's slow progress, but it's eventual progress. And oh, it's moving just a little bit. So that's not bad. That platform that it's on is slanted. So I sped this up at 3 times speed because I decided to just play this until I won it. I was hoping to win it as quickly as possible, but the progress was a little bit slower than I hoped. As you can see, I'm kind of alternating right, left, right, left. Also, what's common with these machines is that the crane turns a little. So it turns a little bit clockwise. So if you want to hit it with the left arm, you have to stop short. And if you want to hit it with the right arm, you have to go past because it's going to rotate as it comes down. As you can see, we're kind of just moving it a little bit here, a little bit there. This was a figure I really, really wanted. This is one I haven't been able to get. So I didn't really mind trying this setup. Hopefully you're not too bored through this section. As I said, I sped it up. And now at this point, there are 3 people reserved. The wolves are circling. They smell the blood in the ocean. The sharks are out. And I don't know what else to say. I'm hoping it's going to be so easy a caveman can do it. But this is turning out to be more like, don't make me wait too long, Donkey Kong. That was a good move. It's getting close to halfway over. Some of these figures do not have equal weight distribution, so I'm assuming they put the heavier end higher up, and it will need to be more than halfway off. At this point, I'm starting to get excited. I'm thinking I'm going to win it really quickly. It's not really going bad. As you can see, we are making eventual progress. That time, I kind of missed completely. I don't know what I was thinking. But you know how it is. Not every play can be perfect. I'm getting pretty much no lag. I'm able to control this and drop it right where I want to, so that's pretty good. The claw on this one is a little bit weaker than I desired, but man, I really thought that was going to tip it over. Look at how far off the edge it is. Also, with the tape and the hooks, I figured there was a little bit more added weight on that side. So we keep playing and playing and playing. Uh-oh. It said, let us get you help. I actually played it 20 times and didn't win, so their pity system of an adjustment comes. So you click, yes, please give me some help. This is the greatest thing in the world, and a live person will come to this machine in Japan. She will block the screen. She'll say, I'm adjusting it, so to protect her privacy, and then they will move it, so it's pretty much very, very, very close to winning. I switched the camera over to the side here, and yeah, it's almost where we had it, but I'm assuming she just moved a little. She's pointing and saying, hey, just hit it in the front and it should fall over. I'm going to try to drag it sideways. I don't want to hit it center. And as I pull it sideways, boom! Yes, we did it. We won. All right, that's the first win on this video. That's great. Okay, it was a little bit slower than I hoped, but we got it. It was really stress-free. It was kind of an eventuality. I'm looking around. I see this person playing this figure. They have it set in a real kind of a weird way. You really want it to be sideways, not vertical. I'm like, I don't even want to get in line, waste your time. What else is there? I saw this other figure that I didn't have, this My Teen Romance. And you know what? Whenever the box is at an angle, that's really a good sign. Now, you got to be careful not to flip the box so it gets caught in the trough vertically. You really want to keep it on top. And I figured I'd give this one a try and see what happened. Again, it tends to rotate a little bit clockwise. As you can see, it's at an angle as it's coming down. I just caught the corner. This was really a sweet. And what happens? Okay, wow. Not only did it move it sideways, but it actually lifted it. So the claw's got some strength. So this is really promising. All right, let's give it another try and see what we can do. Nice. Dropped it in the perfect position again. And right on that back corner, what's going to happen? Okay, that time we got a really decent move. As you can see, it's not wobbling, and it looks like it's not going to fall sideways vertical in that trough, which is really a kiss of death in these games. You really want to keep it on top of the bars until you can get it to fall in. Now, there's not much hanging out in the edge, so I wanted to try to just beat that bar. I did it. I got the buzzer beater. Perfect spot, and look what happens. Holy cow. That is a really rare and bizarre occurrence. That's a pretty strong claw. Now, if I tip this over forwards, it's going to land on the control panel, and it's going to get stuck, and no one's going to win. I think at this point, all I really got to do is kind of just nudge it, and it will roll right in between those bars. So I tried to just do a tap, tap, tap it, and I couldn't quite get around the front. But better safe than sorry. You really don't want to... This is pretty much an instant win. You really don't want to bungle it and knock it backwards or knock it too far forwards. So this time I'm just going to go a little bit more over. Tap it. I just want to drop it right there. And now what I'm hoping is this going to do is just barely hit that side and then flip it in. What happens? Oh, perfect. Couldn't be better. Yes, we got our second win. Woo! All right, now we're starting to rack up the wins. That was a good one. I'm looking around. It's pretty late at night. There's not much action, and they just refilled this, and they've refilled it like in the same way with an angle. So whenever you keep something on an angle, it is a lot easier to start. Now, I pretty much figured that they nerfed this because they really want you to play 20 times and then get the prize. I won that way too easy. So I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit weaker, but we can still do good and get a second one of these. It's still pretty strong. Now, it didn't push it over as far sideways, but it's still strong enough that I'm confident that we can win this without too much stress. Famous last words, right? So easy caveman can do it. Well, it's not won until it's won, so let's see what happens here. That back corner is hanging out. I really want to work on that back corner and just try to start moving that over. So it is moving it over. It's slower than last time, in case you haven't noticed. They definitely have adjusted the claw. Operators will adjust these claws between every win. Usually they make them weaker. Occasionally, if it's too hard, they'll make it a little bit stronger because otherwise no one will play. There's just no reason to play if it's not doing anything. Probably wanted to go over a little bit more to the right, but that is okay. It moved it maybe a millimeter. As long as we're moving it, it's really good. You really don't want to stab the bar, and you really don't want to move it backwards. So any progress is good progress. I'm moving it over all the way to the right now. There's really not enough space. I think that was their goal, to try to finagle me, is they just kind of moved it over to the right a little bit more. So I'm not really getting as much pulling power because I can't go over any further. The crane's up against the wall. We're still not in real dire straits. We've only played this a handful of times, and we're getting solid progress. It's not wobbling. It's not falling into the trough at a weird angle. It's staying on top. There's not much more of a corner to work with. I can't really go over far. And I'm thinking, you know, it's moving, but it's just not moving fast enough. So I'm thinking I need to start attacking the box at a different spot. Because I really want to use more pulling power on that claw. So here we go. I attempt to kind of stop it. Fatal mistake. It's really hard to line up because it drifts and it rotates when it goes down. And I did the wasted play, the stabbage of the bar. So a lot of these games, those bars are all coated, the primary bars, with a sticky like silicone tubing. If you stab the bar, it's a wasted play. That's okay. Can't win them all. This time I make sure to stop early. Again, I'm not having any lag on this device. It's running really good on my Android. And man, it is still picking it up now. It didn't move it over as much, but it's getting a good pickup. And you know, all it takes is like the right angle when you're moving it sideways, and it can just fall right between those bars. A square box tends to be very hard to win. The longer, narrower boxes are always an easier win. And this box is definitely longer and narrower. So right away, this is in my wheelhouse, and this is a pick to click. Wow. So as you can see, we're getting progress. It's still picking it up. We're not going backwards. I'm starting to feel better about this. Attacking it inside the bar is definitely working out better. Come on, we need to get this win. All right. Did we stab the bar? Nope, we got it just perfect in there. I'm watching it from this angle just to see what happens, and look what happens. It just picked it up and dumped it right in there. Yes! Boom! Shakalaka. That's the third figure we won. Not too much time. Didn't spend too many gems. And you know what? I started to look around on their stuff, but I think I'm going to wrap it up for this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to hear background music in this kind of video. The stock music on this game is really annoying and repetitive, so I didn't want to play it. There's a bunch of different machines that I'm looking at here, but like I said, we're going to wrap this video up. I'd like to do a lot more of these featuring different prizes, different game setups. I got much clearer footage and no lag, so the play was clean. Was able to get 3 great wins. And see you next time. Please like and subscribe.